And there were even more fires popping up in Albuquerque just in the last few hours. This after firefighters had to battle a small brush fire Sunday night. Matt is monitoring the situation. Not the news we wanted to hear this morning, Matt.
Oh, absolutely not, Elizabeth. You know, these fires could not be coming at a worse time. The foothills are bone dry right now. They're literally just one spark away from a very dangerous and destructive wildfire. Now the hunt is on to find whoever's setting these fires on purpose. All right, take a look. This is just one of about 4 fires that popped up early this morning. They were all along Tramway from Montgomery to Comanche. Firefighters were out here all night long. They have not said much about these fires. However, we did see police combing the area with their spotlights on, possibly looking for someone who may have started these. Now, firefighters haven't exactly said if people caused these 4 fires overnight, but they do say that this one from Sunday night was intentionally set. This is the one that kept firefighters busy for almost 4 hours. Thankfully, they were able to keep it to less than an acre. Yesterday, they took us through some of the area that burned to show us exactly how dry and dangerous the foothills are. And the people who live in this area, well, they already know this. They're on edge right now. They're hoping their homes don't end up going up in flames.
We've lived here 20 years, and this has been a dry year, and we've had a couple of fires behind our home, and it is a worry.
As of right now, firefighters do not have any idea who started that fire on Sunday night or if they have a firebug on their hands. Just yesterday, State Land Commissioner Ray Powell announced restrictions against smoking, open fires, and fireworks all on state trust land because the risk of these wildfires is so great right now. And that's what Kristen and Elizabeth are talking about.
Yeah, those restrictions we really need to mind right now. And, you know, the lack of rain in our area has certainly not helped the situation.
Yeah, there are a lot of factors going into the early start to the fire season, and we are just getting underway with this fire season. So basically, here's what we have to look out for. Valley locations, not enough precip. I mean, that goes for the entire state, but especially in the valley where there can be a lot of brush. We really are doing bad with the drought there. So you have that. You have the gusty winds that start picking up this time of the year and the very dry fuels, and that just leads to that high fire danger. And also above average temperatures, which we have seen. We've had this brief cool off. We're going to continue to see this above average temperatures for the rest of this week, though, into the weekend. And of course, this winter storm season hasn't been the greatest, and so we don't have the greatest snowpack to help things out. So early fire season this year, April could actually be okay for us as we transition to April. I'll tell you why. It could actually get a lot worse for you in May and June as far as fire season is concerned. Those details coming up.
All right, remember that SWAT standoff and the deadly police shooting? It was on Manaw, Louisiana from Albuquerque, about 2 weeks ago.
Well, we now have the 911 call that started it all. Take a listen.
I work at Music Go Round at 7116 Manaw.
Okay.
And we have a lady who just walked in with some gear that was reported stolen. This lady, as soon as she walked in the door, I could tell that whatever she has is not hers.
Well, police say the woman and her boyfriend were trying to help Parrish Dennison tried to sell stolen instruments to the Music Go Round earlier this month. When police arrived, she was still in the store. Her boyfriend took off in his truck, and Dennison took off on foot holding a gun.
Yeah, they're running. They just ran by the front.
The guys took off running?
Yeah, he's chasing them down.
An intense search caused police to actually catch this suspect, and they ended up killing Dennison after they say he refused to drop his gun. Santa Fe police are giving out free trigger locks to prevent accidental shootings. The city is also considering a resolution recommending that all gun stores in Santa Fe sell trigger locks with every gun. Right now, only new guns are required to be sold with them. The locks are available on a first-come, first-served basis at the main police station.
Later today, we could learn more about the man the Pecos Valley Drug Task Force shot and killed. They were all at a Motel 6 yesterday trying to arrest a man from Artesia. Investigators say that man went out of the hotel and confronted them. They say shots were fired, and that's when the agents shot and killed the man. He ended up dying a little bit after that. One guy in Rio Rancho is still thanking Sky News 13 today.
Yes, he says our helicopter helped to stop 2 dangerous dogs from attacking him. It all started yesterday afternoon when police say a man was walking 2 dogs near the UNM West Campus. The man's Rottweiler apparently suddenly turned on him, bit him in the arm, leg, and stomach, then took off running. Police were after the dogs. Sky News 13 was flying nearby, saw the dogs getting close to another man. That is when Sky News 13 swooped down, scaring the dogs away.
As soon as I saw the dogs, I knew. And then when he came in for that close-up run just in the nick of time. I mean, you talk about the Lone Ranger showing up.
The man who was attacked by the dog should be okay.
We now have video of a city bus crash in Albuquerque from last week that literally threw people from their seats. Look at this. Scary situation. Albuquerque police say the bus had the yellow lights when it was going on gold, passing third last Thursday. An SUV pulled out in front of it, then the two slammed into each other right at that point. Two people thrown into the aisle right out of their seats. Thankfully, they were not seriously hurt. Police do plan to give the driver of the SUV a ticket. It's going to be back to the classroom today for hundreds of police officers and sheriff's deputies here in Albuquerque.
It is the second day of the 7th annual Deputy James McCrane Officer Survival Training. The course teaches officers life-saving tactics. Jim and Rita McCrane created it after their son, Bernalillo County Sheriff's Deputy James McCrane Jr., was shot and killed back in 2006.
It makes us feel good that we're doing something positive, and that's what this is all about.
I'd like to share with you.
Michael Astorga was found guilty of McCrane's murder and was sentenced to life in prison. And so far on that second day, a lot of folks, a lot of officers.
I drove by there yesterday and
law
saw all the
enforcement.
cars out in the parking lot. Their parents really have done a good thing with such
Yes.
a tragic story.
The time right now, 6:08 on this Tuesday morning. A lot more in store for you coming up in this hour.
Including breaking international.